Hey gang, how you doing? Ray Glasser here once again from Cleveland, Ohio on July the 12th of 2009. And this is my special McDonald's video that I plan to do for quite a while for YouTube. In fact, what I have behind me is a McDonald's flag that I happen to have in my possession. And I'm actually wearing a McDonald's supervisor's blazer that I got from a friend. I was never a supervisor there. But I've had this blazer since the 1970s, and ironically enough, it still fits, which is kind of amazing. Anyway, I began working for McDonald's in January of 1969. I was a starving Ohio State undergrad student needing a part-time job. And everyone said that McDonald's paid the highest on the campus for part-time or full-time help. So I joined them, and I worked mainly weekends, a couple weeknights here and there. And they did pay pretty high for that time. And I actually had a lot of fun there. I made some friends and I had a lot of fun. The place was very, very busy. I worked at the store that's still at North High Street, 1972 North High, right across from the Ohio State campus. At the time, it was the busiest McDonald's in the country. It was also, I think, the first one to have indoor seating. And at the end of the second part of this video, you'll see some photos I took over a couple of years showing how the inside and outside of that McDonald's has changed during a few remodelings. Anyway, on this video, I'm going to show some memorabilia and trivia that I've been collecting from McDonald's over the years between roughly 1969 and 1975. I actually worked for McDonald's twice. I went with them in January of '69 part-time, all the way through February or March of 1972 when I quit college and went into the Air Force. I got out of the Air Force in late 1973 and went back to McDonald's in January of '74 as a manager trainee. I really wanted to be with the company as a manager. I really loved the company. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I knew it would be challenging, which it was. What I didn't know at the time was that it was going to entail a lot of hours. So about a year and a half later, in the middle of 1975, I up and quit. I just was tired of working 80 and 90-hour work weeks. I was 26, single, and I knew there's more to life than just working. And ironically enough, after that, in the fall of '75, I began a 20-year association with Corky and Lenny's in Cleveland. That was like the longest job I ever worked in my life. Anyway, I'll be showing you some memorabilia, some menu pads, menu tickets that are no longer being used. You'll see some packaging for products that were experimental at McDonald's. You'll see some packaging for products that are no longer around. And I think this will be a really enjoyable video for everyone. I mean, let's face it, everybody eats at McDonald's at one time or another. And that's why I think this video will appeal to everybody. So, stand by for some McDonald's trivia and enjoy the show. This will be in two parts, by the way. This will last longer than 10 minutes. So hang on to your hats, and here we go. Okay, starting off, these are menu board inserts that I pulled off the original McDonald's menu board when we got rid of it sometime in the middle of 1969. Check the prices out. McDonald's actually did have roast beef sandwiches, and they were pretty good. They had them twice. They had them in the late 60s and then again I think in the early 70s for a while, which I'll go into shortly. But these are collectibles. I actually tried to sell these on eBay and got nowhere. But so I'm going to keep them. Here's the original Big Mac saying. This is from January of 1975. And this is still going on today. Apparently there was a contest going on. If you could say all this in 4 seconds or less, you would win a free Big Mac. Again, this is January 1975, which was my last year with McDonald's. This is an original sandwich wrap with the original McDonald's logo on it from 1969, and this was used to wrap McDonald's hamburgers. I got about a dozen of these things. Here's the one for fillet of fish, and you might notice that there is a hole in the middle. That a hole was to let out the steam because the buns were steamed on their fillet of fish sandwiches. So they wanted a hole to let the steam out so the bun wouldn't shrivel up. And there's the original cheeseburger wrap, which is in yellow. Here's a new hamburger wrap with the new McDonald's logo. When I began with them in 1969, they were just changing over to this new logo. So I was able to get all those old logos on the original packaging. I'm not sure what this was for because it's kind of generic with their "You Deserve a Break Today" logo from the mid-1970s. Here's one of the few foil wraps that McDonald's used. This, of course, was for the double cheeseburger. Boy, did I go through a lot of these. Here's the original Big Mac foil wrap with the new logo. This, I'm guessing, was the original Big Mac wrap with the old McDonald's logo on it. And again, this is also foil. And here's something that's really rare. A roast beef wrap in gold foil. Can't really tell too well it's gold, but here it is. McDonald's first incarnation of the roast beef was actually a piece of roast beef sliced on a deli slicer. Later on, they went to a package of roast beef that was actually packaged in gravy and frozen and was reconstituted. It was also very, very good. But I guess it didn't sell because it's long gone. How about McDonald's French fry bags? Here we go. Here's the first and the second. And there's the backs. The next few items are register toppers that were right at the front counter, totally point of purchase oriented, and kind of timely because a lot of these things are gone. The original breakfast that McDonald's began around 1971 was called the Continental Breakfast, and it was nothing compared to what they offer today. Here's a real old one. And these were obviously made to hold the menu pads where the slots are, so the person taking the order had a little bit of advertising right next to them. This product was actually not too bad. It just didn't catch on. This was out for maybe less than a year in the early 70s. Another product that's ancient history is McDonald's first ice cream product, the Triple Ripple, from I think 1975. This is a frozen 3-flavor ice cream cone, hence the triple, and it was rippled, but it just didn't sell. Before McDonald's went with computers to take the customer's order, they did it the old way, in longhand. This is called a menu ticket, and this is what the person at the front counter who was waiting on the customer used to take the order. And I've got a few different incarnations of these things with different prices, and thought I noticed how there's a number in the upper right hand corner. Everything was numbered. Look at the prices, by the way. This is probably 1969, 1970. And everything is grouped. And at the bottom, we have the infamous grill slip. This is when the customer wanted something special. They wanted a hamburger with no mustard, a Big Mac without cheese, a fish sandwich without tartar sauce, whatever. The person taking the order put down what the customer wanted on the slip, gave it to the person running the grill, and that was their grill order.